And it's Saturday,
It is.
April 4th, 2020. This is the Redeye stream. I'm your host, Mad Dodge. This is Digital Pollution, also known as Jez. He is a crazy old British fucker that we somehow dug out of the grave to replace Cabby with. I'm kidding. Nobody can replace
No,
Cabby.
I was about to say, I am nowhere near as witty as that gentleman was. Nowhere near.
And by the way, I would like to make the official announcement. Come the 24th or 23rd, somewhere around there, we will be doing a stream to remember Cabby on the anniversary of his death.
Yep, a year anniversary. Yep.
You're gonna want to be there, right?
Oh, definitely. So I wouldn't miss it.
So it's pretty much just a shit show today. We're just gonna talk some shit, hang out, and see what comes up. Now, you were talking a little bit about the lockdown and how you're now switching back to Guinness. You know the thing, I drink Guinness like once a year. St. Paddy's Day.
No, I was just about to say, don't tell me St. Paddy's Day is the only time of the year you drink the black stuff.
Yeah, and it's thick, and it's like you're eating your beer. It's weird. I don't like it.
Well, dude, when you become a professional alcoholic like I am, sir, you substitute actual food for Guinness.
Hey, MC, if you want to rant, come on. My voice is still hoarse from yelling at you last night and teaching you how to read the Constitution.
Oh, damn. Seems like I missed a good one.
Oh, yeah. Me and him went back and forth over on his channel. It was fun. It was like old times. I enjoyed it.
Well, the link is in my Discord, and I'm sure it's in Dodge's Discord if you care to pop in.
But so not only your drinking habits have changed, right? What else has changed?
To be honest, nothing. Nothing, to be honest.
Are you still working?
No, I have to look after my mum, so nothing's changed there. You know what I mean? I'm my mum's carer, so.
Oh, okay. So that was your.
So if this coronavirus does exist, I have to be really careful because she's got cancer of the stomach at the moment, which they've put back the operation to remove. She's sitting there. She's there now with cancer of the stomach, and they put back the operation because of this COVID-19 bullshit. So, and they put it back till maybe after July. So my mum is sitting there now with cancer of the stomach, and nobody's going to do anything. So this cancer is going to spread. Nobody cares. Thank you.
But have they assigned her chemo or anything like that?
No, because it's that stomach cancer, MC, where you don't really need the chemo and all that. It's not an aggressive cancer. It's operable. You know what I mean?
I'm still surprised that they're not also doing chemo. That is something of a surprise.
No, well, she's already had breast cancer, which I didn't think you could get at 80 years old.
Oh no! If any woman lives old enough, she'll get breast cancer. Just like every man in the world, if he lives long enough, will eventually develop prostate cancer.
Oh, well, good to know, MC. Thank you. That's a
right. Like, I better schedule that prostate exam.
I better start checking my asshole.
It's just the vagaries of life, right? It's just one of those things.
So, MC, you were saying in the chat that you had something you wanted to rant about. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on a rant. All right. ABC just did a story that they put out online about this poor nurse, this poor nurse who has to distance herself from her 3-year-old child. And she feels that she's being punished for being the good guy, and she's in tears and she's crying. Cry me a friggin' river.
Oh, dearie me.
Let me tell you guys something right now. You know what it's like to come back from a deployment, all right, and have your 2-year-old son scream because he doesn't recognize you? Does anybody care about anything like that? And yet we're going to do a whole freaking story about how this woman may have to stay away from her child for a whole 2 months. Oh my! How can the world is coming down? How the hell will we ever freaking survive? And the replies.
My heart is bleeding.
The replies you get, right? Well, you know the military signs up for it. She's just a civilian nurse.
MC, in all fairness, I think most parents would swap hands with her any chance. 2 months away from your child? Where do I sign up?
Well, now, look, I understand why she's upset. That's not my issue. My issue is the fact that who cares, all right? Act like an adult, buck up, deal with it. Yeah. Life is not a bowl of friggin' cherries. And all the people who come riding in, oh, how could you be so heartless? I don't know. Maybe because I had to go through it already and know that just bitching and whining doesn't get you through anything. Crying in your pillow because life's not fair. It's really going to get you somewhere, isn't it?
Me. Oh, no.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, this shit, there's problems everywhere. But for these people to act like, oh, God, we should sit up there and bleed for these people and feel for these people. How about you tell her that life's hard, act like an adult, and stop bitching and whining?
Yeah, pull up your fucking bootstraps and deal with this shit.
Roll up your. You don't have to pull up your bootstraps. I'm not asking you to do something. It's just like listening to frickin' that jackass Chuck Schumer. Well, how come the president's not giving us what we need? How come we're not getting all we need? What's wrong with why aren't the people? We need to have the military man take over logistics. You want the military to take over?
Oh,
Do you really want someone like me who's going to walk in there, kick you in the balls a few times so you can get the proper attitude to understand and then tell you to get your ass to work? Is that what you want? If you want someone like me to sit there and walk up to Chuck Schumer, kick him in the balls a few times and say, look, you rich son of a bitch, you're a multi-millionaire who has all this freaking money. How come you're not sitting up there using some of that to start creating a manufacturing system? How come you are not going out there and buying the materials so that we can start manufacturing everything from those N95 masks and ventilators? How come you're not doing that, Chuck? How come you're busy just sitting around bitching about it? How about you roll up your goddamn sleeves yourself and go out there and start doing something productive rather than being a parasite on the American populace?
Because that's what he does on a normal day.
Was that a good enough rant for you, man?
So vote for MC. You've heard his campaign.
and Frank will be his vice president. You know, that way there's a little bit of wiener in the White House.
Hey, Adam, how's it going?
It is going good.
I told you guys I was going to rant. Look, I would not have been set off as badly as it was when somebody stood there and called me a keyboard warrior. It's like, do you even look at my avatar? Do you even come up with a clue to do a quick bit of freaking analysis to realize maybe this is somebody who served some time in the military before you make your comment and call me a freaking keyboard warrior? Maybe
you're the only guy, MC, I know who's got the 5 mile stare, do they call it, through the internet.
Well, I know when I check the mail every morning, I watch out for drone strikes. So, yeah, I'm a little worried about MC.
Oh, you got to worry about a drone, man. He'll just sniper rifle your ass.
No, not from Arizona. I'm more worried about the drones. No,
you wouldn't see him coming.
Drones fly high, fly far, and they loiter around for hours and hours on end.
Yeah, there's Mad Dodge. I see his bald spot.
Target acquired.
It's just these people that make these kinds of comments. This isn't helping the nation at all. You're not doing anything to help the nation get over this, right? When you sit up there and bitch and whine and whinge, all right, about, it's all Trump and he's not doing enough for me. Papa Smurf, why hasn't Papa Smurf come down and fix things? Why? I'm tired of listening to it. Look, I'm sick and tired of it. Yes, people are in lockdown. Okay, New York, people in New York, Chucky Schumer and his little group. Oh, it's so horrible, and we're having all these difficulties. And you still haven't bit the bullet to close the subways yet, though, have you? You guys aren't serious about the disease. Why the hell should I be? Why should anybody in the nation give a shit about what's going on with New York when they themselves can't sit up there and take this as seriously as it needs to be taken? I'm tired of listening to this crap. They could have closed the subways just for 2 days, all right, over a weekend. Just for 2 days over a weekend and said, look, we're going to close it 2 days over a weekend so we can cleanse all the freaking cars and so we can freaking cleanse all the freaking, subway stop stations, all right, of this disease. And you know what that would have done? That would have gotten the people in the right frame of mind to think, well, this is really serious. I better start coming up with freaking ideas on how to deal with this situation should it ever come to it. Nope. Even during the middle of the damn crisis where it's going out of control, where over 100,000 people in New York City alone have the virus out of 300,000 across the quote-unquote nation. And if you add the little subsidiaries around New York, it's half of all the crap that's going on in the U.S. with this disease. No, we're going to bitch because President Trump hasn't ordered a lockdown in Nebraska. How dare he?
Okay, Aunt Jack says, if New Yorkers weren't acting like idiots, they wouldn't have been locked down. I would like to correct you. If New Yorkers weren't acting like idiots, they wouldn't be New Yorkers.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say, yeah.
Correct the mundo. I got to agree with you on that one, Mad Dodge.
New Yorkers are like, what the fuck? COVID? Get the fuck out of here.
I go to get my coffee. Fuck your virus.
Kofi. I'm not sure.
Fuck me. He's American and can't even do a New York accent. Fucking hell, Adam.
These guys aren't going to tell me I can't get my coffee. That's how it's going to be.
Go fund for MC's monitor. Yeah, Bear Dog. Come on in here, Bear Dog. You can yell at me.
That's the third one this week.
I'm telling you, though, folks. Look, I'm not saying this disease isn't serious, all right? Because in certain situations and in certain areas that are very vulnerable to it, it is. But one of the first cases of this COVID-19 virus, right, happened here in Arizona. One of the first cases in the U.S., rather, right, back in January. Right now, the number of cases throughout my state is a little over like 1,400. Okay? That's with a city like Phoenix, which has over 5 million people.
Right? I was just going to ask you, MC, what's the percentage?
And Tucson here, which has over 1 million. All right, we're not the biggest in the nation. All right, but we're not the smallest in the nation from a population standpoint by any stretch. And yet, all right, we took steps early on to start taking care of this. All right, New York, however, all right, even into February, the governor of New York and the city mayor were like, oh, it's overblown. Go out and have a good time. Don't listen to anybody. And nobody wants to, these same people now don't want to hold anybody accountable, all right, on their side of this issue, on inside of New York, because New York is doing everything right. We are told by the press every freaking day how great the New York system is and how great New Yorkers are handling this and how well it's going while it's spreading out of control. And yet, where other people took action early on, it's not.
Well,
is it
dude.
spreading? Yeah. Is it out of control? No. But I've got to listen to these people complain and whinge and whinge and whinge. And then, we need to do stories. Oh, the poor nurse. Oh, she has to be away from her 3-year-old child. Oh, the humanity.
Well, the only people who are going to save New York now are the Ghostbusters.
You're welcome, MC. That is the proper way to wear these face masks.
Indeed.
See, I've done my job without even having to talk. See, I got you laughing. You got the vent.
No.
I mean, Dodge is doing it the right way. And this is how we help each other, by getting on, having fun, and saying fuck you to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to have just a regular discussion about things?
Oh, I mean, it's
Oh, shit, I better leave then.
normal. There is no normal. There's just life.
That's true. That's a very good point. Here, let's.
It's one of those things, man. I've said it a couple times. It's like, look, the tests they're using are a blanket test, so the numbers are bullshit. They're driving the paranoid people.
Paranormal. See, I told you the Ghostbusters were the only dude to save New York.
That's right. Next you're going to have a gigantic marshmallow man. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. And then Eagle's going to want out the painting. There's just insanity everywhere.
But the thing is, though, if CNN reported it's going to be the Marshmallow Man from Italy.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen this story where the raw milk is being poured down the drains?
Why?
Because of the with everyone on lockdown, a bunch of the normal purchasers like restaurants and things like that, they're not buying the milk because they're closed down, right?
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
the milk guys are just basically turning the spigots on their tanks and just letting it pour into the ground because they don't have a choice, right?
Yeah, but surely there's other places this milk can go. Surely.
Not well. Okay, now that would be a wonderful statement if milk wasn't required in the United States to be pasteurized.
Yeah, correct. But the problem too is then you go to Walmart and they're telling, they're going to tell Dodge, sorry, man, you can have 1 gallon of milk. Don't matter. You got 57 children and 6 wives. You get 1 gallon of milk.
No, family. He's just got the 50 odd kids, not the 6 wives. He's not that lucky.
That he needs to send the kids to the store.
But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, when you're limited to the, I myself normally pick up at least.
Dodgy's got that many kids, man. They all stand around 2 meters apart from each other.
He's been putting them on the roof lately. It's the only way to keep the conditions separated. Oh, look, like I said, it's not that I don't understand the situation, right? And that we shouldn't be doing things to try and minimize it. And there are areas in this country that should have been locked down. I'm not denying that. But the entire nation doesn't need to be locked down, right? I don't have a problem with right now my city locking itself down for at least 2 to 3 weeks, all right? Simply because the people were being stupid, okay? And they were ignoring the voluntary stay away from people order, right? And all of a sudden the rate went from 20 people to 300 in less than a week. Right? And they're like, okay, let's put a stop to this now. Let's see if we can stop this from ballooning completely out of control. That I can understand. I don't have a problem with that. Right now, are they going around arresting people? No, because for the most part, people are a little more serious about it. You don't have people playing in the parks and so forth. All right. In New York, when all this was going on, you had people taking selfies of themselves, licking the hand straps and so forth on the poles in the subway.
Dude, I've just heard about you guys in America, only in America, having fucking COVID parties. Only in America.
Oh, yeah. And when they couldn't do it here, where did the freaking college kids go? They went down to Mexico. 70 of them were down there partying in Cabo San Lucas.
Well,
right?
in all fairness, MC, COVID's probably the least of the problems in Mexico.
Yeah, well, when they came back, of the 70 that went down, 40 already are diagnosed with the disease.
Yeah.
Serves them right.
Oh, I don't know. I reckon the herpes and might cancel that out. I don't know. Depends what you've been doing in Mexico.
Oh, Mexico! You think Mexico? You had the AMLO, the president of Mexico. He bans. He goes out and says, "I'm closing the border with the United States. We don't want any of that disease coming down here. But while you're down here, go ahead and party. Go ahead and go out. In fact, I'm encouraging to go out." And he's going around giving people hugs. 3 days later, he locks the entire nation down. This shit is just ridiculous. And it comes down to back in nobody wants to sit up there and take a look at this shit in any kind of realistic manner. Okay, we now know that hydrochloroquine, there's more than just anecdotal evidence now that hydrochloroquine is an effective treatment for this. Is it 100%? Nothing ever is. All right, but it's a hell of a lot better than anything else that we got right now, and it's got fairly good results. Okay. That being said, we could ramp up production of hydrochloroquine and some of the other drugs, all right, manufacturing, all right, as quickly as possible. That's what we should be focusing on today. And we should, as that becomes available, we should be starting to go, you know what? If people are going to catch the disease, we can't stop it from spreading to everyone anyway, right? Now, as far as this whole ventilator thing and hospital beds and all the rest of this crap, hey, there are plenty of rich freaking Democrats, right? Hundreds and millions of dollars. Nancy Pelosi is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. All right, that asshat freaking Dianne Feinstein is worth like $390 million. I tell you what, it sounds like they should get together and start building some manufacturing facilities. Right? Shouldn't be hard to do. Right? Everyone keeps telling us this, and to be honest, the ventilator is nothing but a big freaking bellows when it really comes right down to it. This is not something that's difficult to mass produce, actually. All right, we could start producing these things on fairly short order. And yet everyone's screaming like, oh, what are they going to do? Oh, a president needs to do this. If I was the president, you know what I would do? I would sit there and go, okay, since you want me to commandeer things, I'm going to commandeer all the freaking land that Nancy Pelosi owns on her winery. And since we don't need wine, we're going to start putting production facilities for the various things for the COVID-19 masks. Oh, and by the way, not Dianne Feinstein, we're commandeering your property, all right, so that we can build 3 or 4 hospitals for these people. Oh, and by the way, Chucky, all right, we're commandeering your house and all of your property so that we can sit up there and build hospitals and so forth. And then we're going to seize your assets in the bank and your other assets so that we can pay for the manufacturing facility to build ventilators. Is everybody happy with that? Does everybody agree with this? I mean, we're moving forward. Let's go, guys. Hop to it. Oh, and by the way, all you New Yorkers who are bitching because you don't have jobs, well, you know what? Apply for the job in the manufacturing facility that Chucky Schumer is going to sit up there and help pay for, all right, across the river there. Come on. Get right to it. Hop to it. Let's go.
Okay, first off, Eldritch, if you have time, my link is in my Discord. Jump in. I would like to talk to you because you are in the epicenter of the bullshit.
I've just come back. Who is?
And Jesse Miller. Eldritch God. He lives in New York. I don't know if he lives upstate, downstate. It doesn't matter. I'm not doxing him. But he said it before on his own videos. He lives in New York. So he is right there in the shit. Jesse, we'll be on in 15 minutes, man. You're good. It's in general in my Discord.
Yeah, it's on my Discord as well, Jesse, which I do believe you're part of. It's on there as well.
But MC, you keep bringing up New York, and we had that argument last night, and I'm not going back to commas and the Constitution. I'm not doing it today. My voice is still hoarse from yelling at you because you need some new glasses next time you read the Constitution. That's all I'm saying.
No, you need to get up there and learn how to read history and understand what's going on, and you got to keep it in context, the historical context, man. because you're not bothering to do that.
I don't think you're bothering to do that. That's why I agreed to disagree last night.
Well, because you don't want to admit you were wrong.
You're wrong, and you don't want
I'm
to.
not wrong.
Hey, it's all perspective.
What did people do back in that time frame when they broke quarantine?
I missed this last night. I'm glad I'm having it. Previously on the Redeye stream.
Even Hitler was the hero of his own story. Okay, so that's where you're at. I understand. It's okay.
So you are calling me Hitler now. Now he puts a freaking colored version.
Nah, MC, you're all right. You're not China.
Nah. How dare you call MC Hitler? He's nowhere near as good as a painter.
Nice. I like that. Seriously, if we were playing Vampire the Masquerade, you'd have a bonus XP right now. That was good.
I'll give it a golf clap.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, okay, everybody's a hero of their own story. I understand that. You're wrong, and it's okay.
What is wrong here is you. It really comes down to something very simple. It's very simple. Their day, if you broke quarantine, how did they react? They shot you. They executed you for breaking quarantine. That's how they handled people that sit up there and that broke quarantine like this. So the idea of a lockdown being unconstitutional to them is just silly because, well, there's not a comma there.
You know what's silly is you arguing. Okay, MC. I wasn't that drunk. I remember. Okay, I remember. I have member berries.
God, were you not white girl wasted last night?
Okay, so check it out. You agreed that the comma in the Second Amendment matters, and then you're like,
because
no, wait a minute.
You're like, I said you are not. This is why you're not paying attention. I said it makes a difference when you read it because you've got to keep it within the context of the time frame. And the context of the time frame at that point was weapons of war. All right, were the weapons they were talking about because that's the time frame context in which it was written. And you have to do the same thing, all right, for Article 9, or Section 9 of Article 1. You can't sit up there and play the game of going, I'm going to read this.
Wait a minute. No, stop it.
Stop it. You don't want to listen to me.
Just stop it. Okay. Let me wrap my mind around this. Article 1, Section 9, which was written at the same time as the Bill of Rights.
His voice is going again.
It was actually written before the Bill of Rights.
No, wait a minute.
Not that you understand the technology at the time, right? Not that you understand things, all right? Because it wasn't written at the same time. It was written in the same more or less time frame. It was about a year apart.
Not a year. So punctuation changed a whole lot.
It's not punctuation that you're not talking about. You're not talking about.
I am. That's
no, you're not. You're not focusing on what these terms meant then. It's not the two with the comma.
Hey, you know what?
Maintain low tones.
No, check it out. You know what dude meant 10 years ago? The same thing dude means today. You're telling me 12 months changed a whole lot?
Does it mean the same thing as 50 years ago? Does dude mean the same thing as 50 years ago?
Yes. Dude, yes.
It does not.
Dude.
All right. And for you to make that comment shows you how little you understand how much things change.
Oh my God!
It does not change.
Well, the way dude started off within the surfing community, and it was referred to as surfers.
It started long before then. It started in the cowboy era.
Oh my God, MC! You're talking about
hang on, dude ranch.
Tell me that's a language the English language changed drastically within a year. So drastically that
It wasn't within a year, dude.
It
It wasn't within a year. It was within the time frame, Mad Dodge, of what you're talking about as to be constitutional. When you claim, hold on a second here. When you claim that it is
Am I coming through it all, by the
that
way?
this would be unconstitutional to them when they were doing this very thing as they were part of the Constitution, you're out of your freaking rabbit ass mind.
You're out of your mind. You're
I truly crave stasis.
Yeah, this quarantine is getting to your head, my friend. I prescribe a 12-pack of Corona.
Corona's not being produced right
The
now.
sun has
Well, a
moved in the
12 pack as
sky, and
opposed to
that's
12
entirely-
cc's is pretty cool.
No, it does. Actually, Brian, it didn't mean the same to cowboys as it did to surfers.
Yeah, you're insane. Okay, I'm gonna move on to
I'm
somebody.
not insane.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on to somebody.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question this way, Bad Dodge. Were lockdowns unconstitutional? All right, to the people, to the framers during this time frame, during their time frame, was a lockdown and a quarantine, mandating a lockdown and a quarantine, unconstitutional to the founding fathers?
I don't think they had the concept of what those were.
They did the lockdowns. Yes, they did. They sit up there would put people in quarantine, and if they broke the quarantine, they would kill them.
Oh my God, the English language has a meaning, sir.
In other words, you're not going to answer the question. Okay,
no, you know what?
I don't know how all you Americans dare.
I'm not even gonna entertain your crazy ideas anymore. I'm done. Eldritch.
What's
hey,
this is from the
how am I coming through? Do I need to turn up the volume?
No, you're good. You're good.
I'll say just a tad.
Hot spot of the pandemic. You're in the healthcare field. You're taking care of the elderly. You're on the front line. What's going on, buddy? Give us an update.
Oh, what's going on? Well, if you're in long-term care, they're hanging you out to dry. They've taken all our masks and moved them downstate. If you're in the hospitals, I've got family members everywhere, by the way. Strong's fucked. Strong's in Rochester. You want to know why they're fucked? This is what is wrong with our healthcare system. There's a planning board that decides whether or not a new hospital is necessary for a region. Guess who's on the planning board? The people who run Strong. Oh, wow. They decided they didn't need competition. Well, guess what? Now there's no place other than Strong Memorial in Rochester for people to go. And the governor just seized all their ventilators. Screw you guys. Here in Syracuse, we got 3 major hospitals. Universities actually towing the line pretty good. They kind of don't know what they're doing, but at least they're enthusiastic about not knowing what they're doing. I was in the emergency room there for about 36 hours with my wife. She's got a terminal lung disease, so her getting this is bad. They basically put us in a closet for a day and a half. I mean, they really didn't know what they were doing. When we got home, finally, we decided, you know what? If you have it, we're just staying here. It's better off to just stay here than it is to go into an emergency room at this point. Downstate, what you got going on is, unfortunately, we have our governor, who's his usual brainiac self, who's up in Albany saying, we don't have any ventilators. We don't have any ventilators. And then some reporter finds an entire warehouse full of ventilators owned by New York State. Oh, but they're all up in Albany, not downstate. So, I forgot about those. This guy's a scam artist. This guy is scum. He's going to get people killed. And just recently, he's finally gotten on board with the whole, maybe, having parties and ignoring this isn't such a good idea. Problem is, it's New York City, and nobody gives a shit. We've got video after video of jam-packed subway cars filled with people driving up and down, not giving a crap. And then they're wondering, hey, why is this a hot spot? Well, it's a hot spot because you're all morons and you think you're immortal. That's why. That's what it comes down to. These idiots, these morons down there in New York City. But on the upside, just so you know, I've been checking with some of the people that I know across across the world here. We've been working on this. We think we found a very strong correlation between nitrous dioxide poisoning, stuff that comes out of your cars and from coal plants, and how severe people catch this.
And what plants?
What?
What did you say? How do you call and what plants? What did you say?
Coal plants.
Right, yeah.
Oddly enough, if you increase the amount of O2 to a certain point, it actually kills the virus in the air. But at that point, you're probably choking because you're sucking on an exhaust pipe. But that's sad. Yeah, this thing, the NO2 seems to open up your lower part of your lung wide open to this thing, and that's why it seems to be so much severe in major cities. So if you're out in the middle of nowhere where you got a lot of fresh air, your chances of surviving this improve dramatically. Isn't it weird? This is primarily going to fuck New York City and California.
Yeah, no.
Industrial built-up areas, yeah.
I want to get a little conspiratorial here for a second. I want to give you guys some fun facts here. There are no less than 3 different locust plagues going on China right now. We had a city catch fire, not a couple of buildings, a city, a whole district catch city in a hailstorm. Okay, and they have had no less than 3 plagues. They've had this one, they've had the swine flu outbreak and had to kill a whole bunch of pigs, and then they had the bird flu outbreak and had to kill a whole bunch of birds. Did they piss off God or what? I'm serious.
Okay, all right.
Holy shit.
Eldridge.
Well, the swine flu was a so-called pandemic back in the day as well, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, okay, so Eldridge, I do have a question. All right.
Shoot.
So, you have the president coming out saying, hey, if you mix this drug chloroquine with this other drug, and it's pretty much anti-malaria, that, this could help. And then you get 2 old people who drink koi fish fucking.
Oh, you didn't hear. You didn't hear, did you? Oh, this is good. This is good. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. Turns out that woman wasn't a pro member of, didn't love Trump. She hated Trump. They all said she was a big Trump fan. No, it turns out she wasn't. She kind of hated him. And turns out she beat the crap out of her husband a couple of times who was trying to divorce him. Yeah, so it's a little strange that this woman who wanted to divorce her husband, who beat the crap out of him and was arrested for it. And you know how hard it is for a woman to get arrested for beating their husband. Okay? So last I heard, they're starting to look into a murder investigation on that. So that whole bullshit that this was like Trump's fault, wrong answer. It's beginning to look like another progressive gone crazy doing some stupid shit and trying to blame it on Trump.
Well, no, and memes in the chat says, is this a potential murder? It kind of sounds like it, right?
Oh yeah, they're starting to look at it like it's a murder now.
It probably is a murder. Let's be honest.
It probably is. Let's be honest. Okay. Or they made some suicide pact, and she said, "I've already taken mine."
It was chopped up. It was chopped up into multiple pieces, but COVID-19 killed him.
He had 700 ounces. She had a taste on her tongue.
Oh, now as for the HCQ, to be honest, it looks very promising. It looks good. Combining with Z-Pack is a great idea. Here's the thing, though, and here's my problem, is that there's people running around saying 100%. It's 100% cure. No, nothing is 100% cure.
Nothing's 100%. That's ridiculous.
Shouting that stuff until we got it in, because remember, the HIV drugs were supposed to be a cure, and they didn't do jack. And the anti-inflammatories were supposed to be a cure, and they killed people. Okay, so let's calm down, take it down a notch, and let the scientists do their testing job, okay?
Yeah, I don't trust a lot of these scientists, though.
Neither do I, MC. Neither do I.
This woman, Burks, all right, who's on the president's council.
MC, I'm going to let you continue, but you remember me yelling about her last night, right? Yeah. I'm on the same page. Go ahead.
She put out a tweet, all right, that said that she's looking at the data and it shows that the Americans aren't distancing themselves enough. She's seen the latest data. Okay, if you're a scientist and you make that claim when you know that there's no possible way, since it was really this week that the lockdowns really went into effect across the nation. If you're making that statement and you know it's going to be 2 weeks, 3 weeks gestation period, then you can't make the statement that the lockdowns aren't working or that the social distancing isn't working. You can't make that statement because the data isn't there to show you that. You know that there's a time lag where the data will actually be available to show you this. So to make this kind of statement to me tells me you don't know what you're talking about. And why should anybody listen to you when you make such an obviously false statement?
Well,
there are plenty of people who don't understand this. I get that. You're talking to the adult in the elementary.
The statement she made 2 weeks ago. Yeah, there's another killer, the influenza virus. I think we should take these measures to combat that.
God.
Are you
the influenza virus, which has been killing thousands upon thousands of people yearly since they discovered what the flu was?
Yeah, and she wants to do these measures incrementally every year. Eldritch, I have a question for you. All right. So first off, open invitation for your next video to come back onto my channel. I know I didn't upload one quick enough, and you've been doing it on yours, but I think we'll get a bigger reach, and you're saying good stuff. So I want your word out there. If you don't want me to monetize it, I'll leave it off.
No, I don't care. I don't care. I'm good either way. Whatever you want.
But other than that, my opinion personally, I was through the airports. I'm fine. I've self-quarantined. I've listened. But I also don't think we should shut down the entire United States economy. I really think it's a bad idea. My buddy Doku lost like $13,000 in 3 hours from the stock market.
Holy shit. Really? Doku?
Yeah. From the stock market drop, right? And he's been kind of edgy and not the same ever since. Okay? Yeah, I can imagine, right?
Well, that's a lot of money to lose in a short space of time.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, let me put it in perspective for you so you can make your own decision on this.
Well, Eldritch, I'll finish my question.
Okay.
I know that your wife is a high-risk individual. I get that. I understand. You're in the healthcare industry, so you're high risk. My sister that lives in Louisiana, she's a phlebotomist and a nurse. She's high risk as well. I get it. Okay? But other than high-risk people, why are we shutting down the entire economy? Can you really make me believe that it's a good idea?
Okay, well, let's start off with a few numbers here because I've been keeping track of this since January. 2 months ago, I would have said we were going to lose 5 million Americans. Okay. 2 weeks ago, I would have told you we were only going to lose 2 million. And now I'm going to tell you we're only going to lose 239,000. Okay. I mean, Donald Trump has done an amazing job. And 2 weeks ago, I would have been like, this shutdown's doing nothing. But the past week, past 10 days have been incredible as far as the numbers have been in America. Things have just, the death toll just cratered. And his whole claim we might keep it under 100,000, I don't entirely believe it, but it's possible. Do understand that right now we're looking at probably 18 to 23 days before we hit max peak. And then you got to add another 21 days on top of that. So this is going to be wrapped up in about 2 months. One way or another, this is wrapping up in 2 months.
Okay. I'll tell you what I've been having fun while this is going on.
What's that?
Queuing up for a supermarket to go into the supermarket. And 2 meters apart, queuing in, certain amount in, certain amount out. But then once you're in there, right, all the stuff which is ready to spoil gets still binned in one section, right? So everybody is, it's like vultures at a carcass. Do you know what I mean? So what's this 2 meters?
No, I'm with you.
Nobody gives a fuck.
It's not going to stop it. It's not going to stop it. It's just going to slow
down.
No,
like I'm saying, though, all the spoiled stuff got a day to go. So everybody is leaning over each other and looking to see what's what. Onion barges. Oh, they've got me eaten by today. That'll do.
Oh, you're in UK, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
you guys are doing
You
terrible.
can obviously tell by
Sorry
my
about
lack
that,
of
man.
investigation.
But overall, here's where the problem is we have been slowing it down. We're spreading this out. Great. The problem has always been if it bunches up, because most of the people who are dying in Italy right now, they're not dying from the virus. They're dying from the incompetence of socialism. All right. Really.
Yeah.
If you needed a better example of socialism versus capitalism when it comes to healthcare, it's this thing. All the countries that are doing the worst are the ones who have all the government-run healthcare. Here in America, our problem is we don't have enough.
Is this a test run for a socialist future?
Actually, I think the greatest example that you can see for capitalism versus socialism has been Venezuela this week. They had one of their military vessels ram a cruise liner and sink. If that isn't a better example of socialism versus capitalism, I don't know what is.
Yeah, they accused the
indeed, Aldrich, indeed.
They accused the cruise ship of harboring terrorists and mercenaries.
A cruise ship, yeah.
Well, they opened fire.
They were throwing napkins. They were throwing
napkins. Repeatedly rammed it and sank.
I want to go
some napkins and threw it overboard.
Okay, the boat. Well, I want to go something a little bit less. Like, check it out, right? So, yesterday I was in the middle of MC's stream, and my landlord showed up complaining because my kids were playing with the neighbor kids. They have been spending the night at each other's houses since this happened, because I consider we live in a park, so we're all quarantined together, right?
Indeed.
That's because you're going to cross-contaminate anyway.
Yeah. So why worry about it? We're all throwing our garbage away at the same place. We're all going to check our mail. I mean, why worry, right?
Well, your state has Democratic leaders, right?
Yes.
See, that's what I'm noticing is any state that's run by the Democrats, they're completely overreacting. You know, you get the more laissez. People are smart. Most people are. You get a couple of idiots who are licking toilets, but most people understand what they're doing. Most people can cover themselves usually. You know, it's for the most part, people have been acting pretty reasonable without having.
I've been taking like
I've been taking like
2 or 3 showers. I've been taking like 2 or 3 showers a day, pretty much. You know, I've been washing my hands, and I've been staying home. And so I don't care if my kids play with the neighbor kids. But I have idiots complaining, right? And the landlord comes.
Just stand them out in the yard, dodge, and just fucking hose them down.
Well, no, and the landlord comes and goes, the neighbors could either play in your yard or your kids could play in their yard, but the other neighbors are complaining because they're right out front of your house in the the driveway. Like, my kids can't play in the driveway. I own my house. I pay a space rent. I pay for the land. You're telling me now I can't use my land that I pay you for? Because that's all I pay you for. That's it. I own my home.
And this land is my land.
Outdoors is the place to be. You got all this nice ventilation, all this air moving through. That's good. Fresh air, moving air is better than anything else you can imagine. Well, unless you're in like a high NO2 zone, in which case get the hell indoors. But there's maps for that can show you, and I don't think your area is on them. Like, you're looking at primarily California, the coast. You're looking at New York City and the major cities along the East Coast. You know, oddly enough, my area, I would have thought it would be pretty bad, but no, Central New York's doing pretty good as far as NO2 contamination. And that seems to be like, otherwise you're looking at the virus seems to have a 0.5 kill rate. Which is really low. I mean, it's only 5 times worse than the flu. But then you add all these comorbidities. Like, South Africa's going to be terrible.
Well, and also those numbers are skewed. I would argue that the numbers are actually lower because if you die of a heart attack but you have CVID, they consider it CVID. So I would argue that the numbers are lower than they're projecting. But that's aside. So my landlord...
The projections on my projections, I do a times 10. I actually double. And I assume we're only looking at 10% of the cases, and I leave the dead alone. So whatever the dead is, I'm just saying that's the normal amount, and I'm taking the infected and the recovered and multiplying it by 10. And the numbers are still pretty bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you think, we're only seeing 10% of the cases, it's still pretty bad. But the low end.
The thing is that there's too many
still looking at
active
20
cases
million
compared to
dead worldwide
recoveries and deaths. So you're not going to get any actual numbers on a death percentage until more of this happens or it's over.
Yeah, the high end, when you look at the high end there, where you're looking at the dead plus dead and recovered divided, you get what, 36.13% as a CFR. I mean, that's insane. Of course, it isn't that, Well,
no, and the thing is though, I was joking. I'm like, which neighbors were complaining? My wife's like, she didn't say. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go knock on every neighbor's door and just fake cough on their door handle as they open it.
No, that might get you arrested these days.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That guy looked at a package in a store and then he got arrested.
Eldridge, check it out. That's what I was about to get to. My wife's like, no, don't do that. I'm like, why? It'd be hilarious. She's like, I was at the store yesterday and somebody was wearing a mask and holding food. And somebody was like messing with them because of the mask and fake coughed on their food. They went to jail.
Yeah.
You went to jail for coughing.
It's technically assault.
I can't wait to see Mad Dodge lay it on the ground. All right. Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me. I'm just waiting for the video. It'll be viral.
And I'll be freaking finally America famous. I'm already Russia famous. All right. I already got that handled.
That explains all your subs then, Dodge.
Oh, dude, I have 1.5 million in Russia. I have like 1,045 in everywhere else, but Russia loves me.
Well, it's all those mail order brides that you got that are still in Russia. The other 5 I was talking about, Jez.
No. He's already got a bride. It's the mail order kids he has to be worried about. He keeps collecting them, I swear.
It's like Pokemon.
Oh, and hey, Jesse, how's it going, man?
I can't complain. Just looking at these numbers, they don't look too great.
Overall, the world ones are pretty bad.
Well, if you go to the United States, it says 14,600 recovered, 8,400 dead, but the confirmed cases is 300,008. So, out of 22,000 out of 300,000, it's just not enough information yet. But the information that is back is that, a third to 2/3 are dead. But I assume that of these 300,000 cases, more of them are going to come back recovered once enough time has passed for recovery to occur. So once again, gray area. It's all about which point of view you look at shit from, and don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm hoping that this drug cocktail works, because that would just eliminate the fucking issue and we could all just go back to being normal.
Yeah, I mean, I run the numbers either way. I always like to tell people, it's okay, everything's fine. Donald Trump found a cure. I always go, what if the numbers are right? What if they're not lying about the numbers? And then I run the numbers, and they're terrifying.
Sorry, Eldridge. I heard drug and cocktail, and I was like, I'm in.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, but Eldridge. Okay, first off, I brought this up before, but there's a protein within the virus that was created in a lab and is copyrighted by a United States lab company.
Yeah, okay, just to clarify that, the Peace Shuttle, which is owned by Adgene Corporation, we only have a 68% match. So technically speaking, it could technically have naturally arrived. It isn't the silver bullet. What I do think is the silver bullet is the fact is right next to it is the ORF10 protein, which does not appear in coronavirus, but does appear in herpes. And so when you look at this compared to the original bat coronavirus, this virus is smaller. You usually don't have a piece of a virus fall off and then a new protein that was never in that family attach itself. That doesn't usually happen.
So is air AIDS really air herpy derp?
Yeah,
Hey,
whoa. I mean,
so you try and tell me, Eldridge, that blowjobs are out?
Yes.
Definitely. We basically got lung herpes.
That's insidious, sir.
The problem is
That's
the
it.
ORF10. The only thing it really does is it's probably why we think that herpes is so stable. Do you know there's only 9 strains of herpes? It's like 1,000 years old, and they've only had 9 strains. So if you wanted to make a stable coronavirus so you could tear it apart and figure out how it works, you need to stop it from mutating because it mutates all the time. So what do you do? Oh, let's take a little bit of this ORF10 and stick it on it. That'll be great until it gets out of the house. And then it like rampages across the planet because it doesn't strangle itself. That's what happens to normal flu. It mutates, it creates an asymptomatic version, it strangles itself. This version is not strangling itself. This version just got legs for days.
Well,
some reports will say that as soon as the sun comes and it's summertime, it's gonna kill the disease. Yeah, we'll see.
I hope so.
Okay,
I hope so, but I don't.
no, it won't, because a lot of the hot spots are already in their summer months, and it's not slowing there. So
That's
it's not
exactly
gonna
what
slow
I was
in the
thinking,
United
Doc.
States because it's warmer. That's just not going to happen.
Here's my theory. It's going to get even worse. And the reason why is when you have summer months, you have more people driving. You have more production. You have more coal being burned. You have more air pollution, which is only going to exacerbate this problem.
Right. Only if these people are allowed to go back into work.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't
That's
know.
a worst case situation if there is nothing to cure the shit with, or at least
we
but
got something that even cures 75% of the people. Like it gets 75% of the people who are going to die from this through it. Okay, that
would be very good. Yeah,
that'd be all we need. We could all go back to work.
Yeah.
Well, no, and I don't want to keep bringing up the same stuff I brought up on past shows, but last night on MC's show, I brought up the numbers for my county in Oregon, Lane County. 14 people infected. 4 people died. You know the age range between those 4 people? 75 to 95. This isn't an us problem, okay? If you sneeze on them wrong, they'll die.
Yeah, but if they overwhelm your hospital and you break a leg, you're not getting that leg set. That's the problem.
Yeah.
The problem is
I know what you're saying there.
We once we breach our surge capacity, you become Spain. You become Italy. That's their problem. They have no surge capacity. Most socialist countries do not have any flexibility. They're already redlining their facilities. They're already cutting everything back to the bone because they're government run. Here we've got 3 different hospitals competing. That means that at any given time, they're probably only running at 40 or 50% capacity. So we can take a surge here in central New York. But downstate, what the weird thing is in New York City? They don't have a lot of big hospitals. They got a couple here and there for a couple of boroughs, but those things were already redlined. They did not allow themselves. There were places that wanted to open up new hospitals. Heck, here in Syracuse, we have closed hospitals, abandoned hospitals. We've got 2. One's imploded on itself. It basically collapsed. And there's another one in Erie Boulevard that they're talking about reopening so they could do it just for quarantine patients. But, those places were built. And then that stupid board said, you know what? Maybe we don't need these extra hospitals and closed them down. How about you let the free market decide it? If they don't make money, they close. There you go. But this planned medical hospital shit, that's got to go. If this proves nothing else, if you want to build a hospital that's only got 20 rooms, go right ahead.
Well, you know what this does do, though, Eldritch? And the rest of the panel, you guys can pipe in, too. You know what this does do? It opens up our medical industry to streamline vaccines and to streamline medicine, because we're in an emergency mode, quote unquote. So we're streamlining this shit for CVID. Yeah, mayhaps it might have some bad effects. Maybe it could. But then again, at least these drugs will get on the market and people can try them. I mean, if you're dying anyway, does it matter? Really?
No,
No,
fuck
I
it.
get that.
No. No, if you're dying anyway, give
Well, that's the right to
buy the
try.
handful.
Hey, I'm with Jez on this one. You got plenty of people on death row. Infect their asses and then test the shit and see if it works.
Hey, I like Donald Trump's method. I was not happy with him with how he started, but he's finally gotten with the program. And now what is he doing? He's coming out with stacks of cash in his hands, and he goes to everybody in the private industry and says, I will make it rain to whoever solves my problem. And then what happens? The CDC in a month can't figure out how to make a freaking test. Donald Trump says, no more regulations, just get the job done. Next thing you know, we got a test that works in 2
Okay, but
minutes.
the CDC,
Yeah.
let's be honest, the CDC, they made a
The
mistake.
CDC needs to get the hell out of the way.
Well,
That's
the CDC made a mistake.
I'm not buying that.
The CDC's had to redo the test. Yes, that's true, but that's due to them taking the word of the communist Chinese. Then they on the efficacy of
Be an asshole,
Well, yeah, because the U.S.
No, you
is
need to
in
hear
debt
this.
to the Chinese for billions. So
We don't know
need to
them
hear
shit.
You need to
Not
hear this.
anymore.
Me and my wife were
Oh, you
in,
do.
in the hospital.
No, we
for
fucking
36
don't.
hours.
China's not a country anymore. China fucked over every country on the planet. China could go suck a dick.
yeah, but
No,
you
you
still
guys
owe
need to hear
billions
this
to 'em.
about what's going on in New York. Okay, me and my wife are there for 36 hours. They come in and said, "You guys don't have the virus," and we say, "What does she have?" We don't know. We tested her for 20 different diseases. We don't know which one she has. Not 20 individual, 20 different families of diseases. We have no idea what she has, but we don't know what it is. But we know it's not COVID-19. So they send us home. 3 weeks later, we get a call from the CDC saying, "Would you like us to text you the results?" And we said, "We already got the results." And they said, "How could you have the results? We're just about to test you today." So we
How
were
the fuck
totally
does that work,
cleared and went home, and we're going around like we don't have it for 3 weeks. And the CDC finally comes around and says, "We're getting around to doing your test." And by the way, this stuff only lasts on the surface for 17 days. And then they say you don't have it. And I'm like, are you serious? You took a sample 3 weeks ago. You're just testing it now. And I'm supposed to believe that's valid?
Yeah, surely this thing degenerates.
Sounds like
dies
McDonald's
in
made
a
the
certain
wrong
way.
order.
The CDC
It's
has
Ridiculous. That's insane.
I can't argue that the CDC isn't part of the problem. That's not my point. My point was
Anything with a bureaucracy is bullshit. Okay, it's just too many loops to jump through. Eventually, these people start.
you're right about that.
I'm
Jesse. You're
finally
exactly
going,
right.
yay, Trump. When he finally said, War Powers Act, screw regulations, here's cash, solve my problem. It worked. Okay. I think your suggestion on let's mass produce, they're mass producing all 4 drugs. All 4 of those drugs that they're testing right now, they're saying just in case one of them works, mass produce it and we'll pay you even if we don't use it. So yeah,
Well, no, and Eldridge, I was really harsh on New York last night. Like I literally said, I don't give a fuck if all of them fucking die. Matter of fact, I hope the Yankees all get COVID so the Dodgers go to the World Series. I went all in.
I hope you did
I'm
say
gonna let you know
present
something.
company
I'm gonna let you know
excluded.
something. Upstate New York's with you.
That's funny.
That place is a drain on our resources. We pay taxes, and 70% of our taxes go to New York City, and we're never seeing that money back. Okay, we're the vassals of New York City. So if the city got into the ocean, I'd be okay with it.
Well, no, and I don't want everybody to die in New York State. Okay, like let's get that straight. But
Just a
All
little.
right, then. All right, then.
no,
Where do you want everybody to die, Dodd?
And you know everything before the butt doesn't count. But MC's right. You guys kept leaving the fucking subway open. You're licking subway poles. What's wrong with you people?
Did you see that guy on Twitter? He sprays down the subway
dying,
booth, and then he sprays his hands, then he hops the booth. Or hops the rail. You see that?
New York City's going to get coming what it has.
I don't think we're losing a cancer cure right here, are we, with these people? So, you know.
You know what? That's another whole ball of wax because with resonance fields, supposedly every organic molecule has a specific resonance field, and they found one for a cancer cell, and they played the same field an octave above it, and it made it shatter. Like
that sounds like the same sort of hippie shit I used to go with the guy in the 90s.
2016 or 2015.
Guys, point of order. A super chat that I really don't want to read, but I have to because he gave me money. $2 from Brian the Observer. Yankees get titles while Dodgers do math.
Hey, look.
Yeah,
if it was for the Dodgers, or what was it? Slim.
I'm not going to give you a Streamlabs Dodge. Fucking what's it? Where's your Streamlabs Dodge? I'm not giving YouTube money.
Oh, right. I do have Streamlabs. Let me pump.
Yeah, because you know I only do Streamlabs Dodge. I'll buy you a pint. While you're in lockdown, I'll buy you a pint.
Hey, I won't turn down fucking money. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, but you know I don't do super chats, dude. Fuck YouTube. Fuck their cut.
That's why I made a Teespring store. If you want to ever give me money, just buy a shirt. Then you get something.
Yeah, no, I also have merch on my stream.
It feels better on my end. You know?
Yeah, don't Teespring have like 60% of your fucking profits?
They're making the shirt. I make a design and I sit on my ass smoking pot.
Profit. That's why they do all this shit for free. Same image on the mug, the t-shirt, the whatever, and they have 60% of your fucking profit.
But they also do all the work.
That's why it's free.
Yeah, but I don't do anything. That's the thing. If I was to get the other 60% of the profit, I'd have to actually t-shirts, source t-shirts,
40%
get a machine, make mugs, do all this other shit, ship it. I sit on my ass after I make the design, and they just give me money, and I pay for my son's piano lessons with it.
Well, as long as it works, I guess. But you know,
it's so easy. You don't do shit. They're the one making the thing. They should make a profit.
Yeah, 60%.
Yeah, that's fine. That's why you're able to adjust your own prices.
Well,
it works.
If you'd like to buy me a pint, Jez.
You know, that reminds me. We need to get
around. Yeah, of course. Well, Dodge, it's been so long since I've been on this stream. It seems like a lifetime.
We need to do Fashion Police again. We have not done Fashion
Oh, my
Police.
God. Yeah, that shit was hilarious. Oh, my God. You going through the, what was it, 2018 men's fashion?
Oh, like, my God.
The time to make fun of wearing.
Oh, this was legitimate stuff. That stuff was it was nightmarish. It was
the Borat bikini or something.
No, it's like one person looked like a mountain range. Okay, I mean a literal mountain range. Not there was a mountain range on the shirt. She was a literal mountain range. I mean, there's one person who looked like a giant condom. I mean, some of it's retinal scarring. It is proof positive that progressivism destroys whatever it touches, because everything was ugly. It was, and just there was that one shirt that looked like it was. There was a shirt that literally looked like it was screaming to be put out of its misery. I mean, it was awful. Oh, I gotta get that. I gotta go through and do Fashion Police again. It has been too long. I bet you there's a whole bumper crop of stuff to go through.
I gotta make fun of that guy. I'm not sure.
I don't care about talking shop on air. Hey, dude, I got a new computer. I'm gonna get Charter high-speed internet. They didn't send me my fucking router and modem, pieces of shit. So I have to wait another 4 days. I only got my cable box, but I called them and I cleared it up. But when I get it all settled out, can you help me with OBS? I want to do clip shows and do shit kind of like, AP does.
Dodge, it's fucking doddle, mate. It's doddle. If I could sort it out on my streams on a Friday and have backgrounds, and what I use is the Discord, set up a certain Discord so certain people go in and just use the audio with OBS and Streamlabs. And then it's easy enough to figure out, dude, honestly.
Yeah, dude, it's really not that hard. I accidentally stole Jez's Discord the one time because Peabody and Brian were in there, and I kind of overtook his Discord and borrowed it to do the one live stream on Frank's channel where we were just BSing. You know, it was just a bunch of people together having fun, and it even worked that way. So you know, because I don't. Do you have a Discord or no, bud?
Oh,
yeah, dude, I'll send you the invite.
Dude, I got like 400 people up in there. We're popping.
Dodge.
I'll send you
lie to you.
link.
It's next to impossible to use OBS. You got to have like a master's degree in like space travel to figure that shit out, man. It's difficult.
I'm a high school dropout and figured it out. It's not that hard.
Oh, fuck it. What the fuck?
You 146
Oh shit!
I wrote an encyclopedia once. God damn it!
StreamYards from Digital Pollution himself. Thank you very much, my friend. $10. Have some pints while you're in lockdown. Thank you. I appreciate it, sir.
I do want to talk about one thing.
It's been so long, buddy.
One thing real quick here. You know, there have been some good sides to this stupid virus. All right. It's killing Disney. I mean, right there, it's almost worth it. Like, if that place finally implodes, oh God, I'll do a little happy dance. Marvel, DC Comics, those places are imploding. Those freaking piles of shit.
Disney for the weekend, they're sitting at $93.65. They were $142.
Oh, this is the one upside to this is that for some reason this virus seems to be going after all the right people. It's going after like the assholes in California, the assholes in my own state. It's going it's gonna crush mainstream media. It is.
Good.
You're gonna see this is if I'm crossing my fingers, this is the year it finally dies. Oh, that's the only upside to all of this is that
maybe we'll start making fucking real movies again.
Wouldn't that be awesome? A real movie.
Imagine watching a real movie.
I can't remember the last time I actually wanted to go to the movie theater. I can't.
You and me both.
2021. It will be called, the Beer Bug, the movie.
Maybe we'll get some actual comedians to make it.
Beer Bug out.
No, but it'll be.
We've had nothing but shit reboots, remakes, god awful.
The day that they remake Logan's Run,
I love me comic books. I've been a comic book collector since the 70s. Fucking, I loved them all movies. I still think Iron Man 1 superb. I love the first Avengers movie, but as these movies got on, it's like, and you notice the cutting corners with the effects. I mean, fucking hell, the Infinity War and whatnot, it looked like garbage.
Yeah, the MCU has gradually gone downhill ever since it started. I mean, like the first Captain America movie, that movie is really good. And then, I don't know, Thor 2, it started going down. That's the first.
I think Disney's been running out of money. And I think they've been lying on the books a long time, and they've been cutting costs. And now finally, it's kind of like what happened in Puerto Rico. The government was lying about maintaining all the infrastructure. They were lying about all the stuff they were doing. And then a hurricane came along and knocked down all the stuff that was held up by baling wire and duct tape.
See, this is how I look at it. Disney is this carton of cigarettes, right? And inside this carton of cigarettes, there's 10 individual companies or packs of cigarettes. Each one of those has 20 cigarettes in it. So now if I took this one pack of Marlboros and I took half the cigarettes out of it, you'd notice. But if I took one cigarette out of each of these packs, it wouldn't look like so bad. You know what I mean? That's what I think they've been doing. And now all the packs are
yeah, indeed. That's exactly what they've been doing.
Jesse, I like that, mate. That is superb. That's what they've been doing. Just taking 1 out of 20. I like that, mate. Nice.
We're out of cigarettes. Where's my fucking cigarettes?
Yeah, now finally the bills come due, and they realized, we took 10 cigarettes out of each pack.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Let's say somebody like Disney, they own everybody from they own fucking everybody. You ever see that tree of companies they own? So they could always lie back on the certainty that no matter what the fuck they do, one thing will go up while the other thing goes down, and eventually everything comes out in the wash. But hey, sometimes the fuck it don't. Sometimes everything goes down. You're screwed. And then when you're not really helping yourself, like the last 10 years of the shit they've been putting out, you're fucked. You're definitely going down.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if this Disney stock recovers from like 93 something, it's probably going to go back up to like 112. It's not going to go back up to 140.
I'm not sure if it'll recover at all. I mean,
everything
Luke,
went down the same ratio around February 19th, so everything's going to recover about 3/4, or it's going to recover 1.5, depending on what industry it is. Something like Disney, they're going to falter because they're pissing everybody off. Then again, all the normies eat that shit up with a spoon with wide eyes and go, like a goat.
Yeah, but Disney have got so much money invested in banks, which will bail them fucking out because it's Disney. So the banks are going to bail these motherfuckers out if the shit hits the fan.
Plus, I'm sure they could apply for wherever the hell they want with the diversity of companies which they own. They'll fall under everybody's umbrella.
Just sell off some shit.
I can dream. I can dream that they finally implode.
I watched it because I update. I do it like I've got a terabyte little hard drive I fill up for films and TV shows for my mum, and I put a new film on. And she started watching it, and I noticed it wasn't 20th Century Fox anymore. It was 20th Century Studios.
Oh, really? I thought you were going to say 21st.
Yeah. They've dropped the Fox since the acquisition. It's
That's
20th
funny.
Century Studios.
Yeah, Disney has been they've been redoing their old movies to censor them.
Really?
Oh yeah, their digital archive. It's why they're not selling DVDs anymore of the old stuff. They don't want the old stuff.
Are you trying to tell me that penis isn't in An American Tale anymore?
Do you remember The Rescuers?
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, they walk past the wall and they got a porno mag on the wall with two bitches on it.
Yep.
So
yes, I know that story. Yeah.
And I need to get back to work because technically I'm at my job. So it's been real. It's been fun. Glad I could stop by, Mad, but I got to get some work done here.
Yeah,
you got to go back to the void.
It's been fun talking to you again, Aldrich. It's been a
I'll
while.
probably come back more, hopefully. Unfortunately, right now it seems to be late at night for me. Anyway, later.
Take
Stay
care,
safe,
buddy.
brother. Oh, yeah.
That was nice. I haven't
All
spoken
right.
to you.
Okay, so switching it up a little bit. Jesse.
Yes, sir.
What do you think? You think the government overreach out of this virus is going to be the real legacy of said virus? Because that's what I think.
Because I think that once they have something that works where everybody can feel safe to go back to work, everything's just going to go back to the way it was. Because if not, no one's going to get. No, it'll be too much of a shit show, and it's all about face too. You don't want to be the person who did this, especially when there's an election season. It's not going to fucking happen. I'm not worried about that part at all.
I don't know.
If it was Hillary in office, then I'd say, yeah, it's time to go pack up your bag and move out to the woods. But it's Trump, so I'm not worried about it. Unless, of course, they try to get rid of him through some kind of violent means, which would be really stupid.
You do have a point that it is President Trump, who, although I do not consider him a conservative or even a Republican, definitely not a
Libertarian party.
I
He's
think
pretty middle of the road.
I think he's
mostly.
a Reagan Democrat. That's what I think he is.
He's a
Ultimately,
New York Democrat, old school. He always has been. The Democratic Party just didn't want him. I mean,
And everything has moved so much around, I mean, people talk about, what is it, the Overton window? But it's more than that. It's just like, it's not just a sliding scale. It's just like everybody took the pieces and threw them up in the air like it's pickup sticks. And now it's just like, now there's like Trump people, and then there's fucking crazy liberals, and there's a bunch of people in the middle who are not into politics, I guess.
well, I mean, you also have people like me where I'm super into politics.
Yeah, but libertarians have always been an outside fringe. Like, there's not enough of you. to play into the big
That is-
numbers.
You are correct. That is my main source of criticism from like MC. He's like, if you really want to make a change, vote Republican. Why am I going to vote for somebody I don't believe in? I don't agree
Because,
with them on
because
any.
what you have to do is you have to go into a room and you need to play Real American really loud until you want to vote for Trump.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, like, I'm not gonna see, a lot of political views because everybody's got their own opinion, like assholes. It's all good, but no, Dodge.
China's asshole.
Yes, China asshole. But no, man, exactly. Don't do that because sadly enough, when Trump ran against Hillary, yes, the Libertarian Party should have took the win, but they didn't have a strong candidate. Shit hit the fan.
Who do you want, the liar on the left or the liar on the right?
I'll take the Brit above me.
Well, no, and I voted.
You were spit out of choices in that election.
Well,
so.
no, and like even my dad, when I was down in Louisiana visiting, right? I finally got to meet my dad after 35 years. Never met him. I got to meet a whole branch of my family. It was awesome. I had a great time. I've been talking.
George, I was expecting he opened the fucking door. He went to one look at you, went, "Fuck off."
You ain't right.
No. He looked at
I'm
me.
over kidding, Dodge. You know that.
The third night
It's been a while. You know I'm
No,
going to take the piss.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Jez, though, check it out. Third night I'm there. I'm chilling. I'm drinking a beer. He's watching fucking Gunsmoke or some shit, right? Because he's an old fucker.
Hey, don't knock fucking Gunsmoke, you fucking.
Yeah. And he goes, "Hey, son." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What do you think about Trump?" I'm like, "I don't know if you want to hear this." And I take a drink of my beer. Like, really? Talking to me about politics. Are you sure you want to go down this road? Like,
I can imagine
Did he
the
kindly
evening
explain to you in
ended
a
with
fatherly
you both
way what
sharing a
Trump
bottle of fucking scotch.
But you know me. You talk to me, Jez. Like,
Dude, yeah.
with family. Do we really want to go down this road right now? He's like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "Do you really want to know?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." I'm about 50-50. What do you mean? Because he's like a Trump supporter, like full on.
Full on MAGA hat, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, "Well, he's not a real Republican, right?" "Yeah, he is, blah, blah, blah." Because no.
That fucking Clinton is a lying, killing bitch.
I don't care what he calls himself. He's the one guy who doesn't want to fail. He wants to go down as being the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be. So he's not going to let himself
Bret the
fail.
Hitman Hart.
Yeah. I just did Bret the Hitman Hart this bitch. Hart Foundation, Anvil style.
Oh, I'm a lock.
I can remember all that shit from the 80s, man. The old Bret the Hitman Hart. I can remember all that crap.
How many of those glasses do you think he gave away over the years?
Oh
It
my
had to be
God.
like
Based on cable.
Oh, dude, I was at the Staples Center. It was a Sunday blackout match before Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
And I saw the very last Ho Train from the Godfather.
nice.
Yeah, he turned into the Good Father that Monday Night Raw at the Staples Center. I saw the last Ho Train ever.
I went.
I love his little jog to start it up.
I went to see the WWF wrestlers when they come over to England, and I took my girlfriend's younger brother to see. Fucking hell, we were fifth row from the ring. I took my girlfriend's younger brother to see. Fucking what year was it? About 1990, maybe. And in the main event, basically, I'll cut to the chase. The main event was the Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
And Oh man, 5 rows in, you can see these guys aren't even hitting each other.
You're all over my fucking keyboard. What?
I didn't come on you, Pete, I swear. And if you know that reference, I'll give you 5 bonus points.
Hey, I'll tell
Come
you.
on, Adam, you should know that. Think about it.
I'm in Manchester, dude. And that 5 bonus points is super chat or hit it up. I nailed it.
Brian says Macho Man had no problem spelling my name right.
But no,
Seen a lot of names.
chat says
Macho Man can spell anything. Oh yeah.
Hey, in all fairness, I can understand why George the Animal Steel wanted fuck the shit out of Elizabeth.
Okay, so and Jack says name one libertarian candidate who wasn't a fool or a joke. I'll name you 3. Ron Paul.
He's kind of a puss.
Could have been considered libertarian. Bob Barr. There's 3.
I don't know him. Bob Barr.
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah, no, but Ron Paul, number 1.
Documents.
Definitely Ron Paul. And then I would go with
Ron Paul seems like a nice guy, but I don't think he'd be strong enough to be a president.
Now Goldwater was a conservative and he ran independent, but he framed the foundation of the Libertarian Party. He did. So I count him. And then Bob Barr. Bob Barr,
I don't know.
Constitutionalist. He was a judge, I believe, in 10th Circuit Court.
How old is he now?
And I think Ric Flair's going to come back and take the title. Whatever.
Styling and profiling.
22-time world champion because he's just never going to retire.
Dude,
Woo!
when I saw wrestling when I was a kid, he came out and he threw a dude into the ring, into the corner, and when he does his chop, you hear that shit in the rafters, man. The whole place echoes. Like, he really slaps the shit out of a son of a bitch when he does that.
The money they get paid, you know where get fucking hit and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You know what's funny?
It's only when it goes wrong, it's fun.
What's the worst fake wrestling movie you've ever seen?
Fake wrestling movie?
Move. Like, for instance, mine is Bam Bam Bigelow.
No, can you remember the classic 4? What was it called? The 4-figure leg lock or something?
Yeah, the figure
4 leg lock. Yeah, that thing hurts.
No.
Yeah,
We used to do that, man.
No, the figure 4 does hurt if you do it right. So does the sharpshooter.
Yeah, right. But you've got to remember they're not.
Oh my God!
Bullshit.
You're not gonna be able to do that shit in a real fight. I'm not saying that. Unless you knock the guy out
what
first.
I'm saying either, but you've got to remember it was all choreographed down to the fucking second. That's what you got to remember about all this shit. It's all play acting. That's all it is. It's only when it goes wrong, it's fun.
That's like the bad one I saw was Bam Bam Bigelow. He gets to the top rope to do his finishing move, which is a headbutt off the top rope, right? He misses the guy by this much, and the guy is like, oh, like he got hit. And I was like, wow, they're really going with that.
Hey, man, I would have to say I think it'd go to...
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you're watching all this, but watch it in slow motion. Like, anytime there's a head move, the hands in the way, it's choreographed like ballet, down to precise.
That's why after a while with the Attitude Generation, it got to be a thing of like the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys and shit like that, where to be entertained, people have to see these motherfuckers stack up three tiers of tables and throw a guy off the Titantron.
It got to the point where
it's like, we're not going to kill these poor guys. I just want some entertainment.
Exactly. Entertainment won over. Everybody realized that all this shit was fake with the chairs and the blah 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 blah. Fucking everybody. So they turn it up a notch. They turn this shit up to 11. It's go, right, I'm actually going to cut the fuck out of you with some barbed wire. Are you cool?
So, let me ask you a question.
How big's the paycheck?
Do you remember Triple H's sledgehammer? Do you think that was rubber?
Oh, defo.
If not, it should have been.
Dude, if you hit somebody with a fucking sledgehammer,
Because he didn't always hold it like this. He always held it like close up right near the head of the
best a fucking vegetable at best. You know what I mean? That's the
now you're
guy.
a cucumber.
At best, you're a fucking vegetable drooling in a chair like Stephen Hawking. Please pass me my exterminate. You know what I mean? At best, you're a fucking vegetable.
I mean, you gotta figure some of the matches he did hold a real one, and you would know when he had which one. Because if he had his hand over it when he was hitting the guy in the gut with it, that was a real one. Because obviously he's not using all the force, and his hands over.
Right. Like I was saying, choreographed.
Yep.
When you've got abs like these fucking wrestlers, if you've known any meat,
I gotta stop you. I'm in
Talking stick, Melman. I can't hear either of you.
They flex their abs, and any meathead friend you've got who's ever bodybuild, they flex their abs. Come on, hit me, hit me.
The host is talking. Hey, hi.
They know when tense the muscle, ready for the hit. Like I say, it's only when it goes wrong that's when the fun begins.
The worst one I ever saw go wrong was I say this all the time, but it was pretty bad. There was a Hell in the Cell match. No, not Hell in the Cell, the Elimination Chamber, where they have like 6 dudes in chambers, and when a timer goes off, one more goes in, blah blah blah. And it's kind of like Thunderdome. But Rob Van Dam did a jumping knee off the top of one of the elimination chambers, and he hit Triple H in the neck, and it crushed his trachea. But he was slated to win the match, so like he's like lying on the ground, half dead, half the match, and then he wins the match. And it's like, that's so stupid. Just let the guy out of here. Just fucking pin him. Bring him to a doctor. No, they're gonna make him try to wrestle for 45 minutes.
Just drag his body over it for the 3 count.
Have him climb under the ring, hit him with a needle, get him going real good again. Here's 4 EpiPen.
Okay, I got 2 things here. Thank you. I can finally cut in. All right. Memes brings up Mick Foley. In a barbed wire match, he lost half his ear. In the Hell in a Cell with the Undertaker, he busted out 3 teeth and dropped 30 fucking feet onto a goddamn table.
You know how that went?
Right.
Mick Foley says to the Undertaker, "Throw me off the top." And he goes, "Are you sure?" He says, "Do it." And he chokeslammed him off the fucking Hell in the Cell. That's how that happened. It's like,
I know. Yeah, I read Mick Foley's book. My buddy Dave is right here, and he bought the book, and he let me read it. That
awesome.
This was years ago. Oh, I did finish
that
it.
That was the best-selling book.
Hi, Heather Bell.
A joke.
But the thing is, though, okay, wrestling itself, choreographed, yes, matches predetermined, but the athletes have to work all year round, and most of them are pumped up on steroids and everything fucking else.
Well,
now,
their workout routines are crazy. You ever see them on TV and shit?
Here's the thing, though. This is what I'm getting to, because we're talking about wrestling, and I happen to be a big Bret Hart fan. So here we go. Bret didn't screw Bret. Vince screwed Bret. And fucking Vince deserved that knockout punch. Vince is a piece of shit. Yeah.
Well,
I feel like such a prick, but when Owen Hart fell, I started laughing like uncontrollably.
Have you seen the Joe Rogan with Jake the Snake Roberts?
No.
Oh, fuck Jake the I Love Jesus Snake Roberts.
No, dude. I tell you what, he tells some funny fucking stories, man.
Yeah. No, my buddy Dave said it the best. Austin 316 says, "I just whooped your ass."
Did you guys ever see where Roddy Piper was in the ring with Jericho to talk shit back and forth, and Jericho couldn't stop smiling?
Hey, Jesse, this might make you jealous. I have Piper's autograph on my wall right now.
That's awesome. Did you get to meet him?
I did.
Yeah, my buddy Dave did. I was supposed to be there, but I wasn't there. I went to LA instead.
Oh, bad move.
Oh shit, dude! I'm pretty sure he was still begging for change outside.
Hey, Jez, real quick, Dave, go ahead. Come to the mic.
No. Piper was an extremely nice man. He invited my father, who's a lifetime fan, and me to go out to dinner with him. Had it not been for my brother being an asshole and locking himself out of our house, I'd have gotten to have dinner with the man. But he, all in all,
Wow.
Let me stop you there. We would have been paying.
It was the only time in my life I've ever seen my dad go total like fanboy.
Yep.
My dad's a very stoic guy, and he was just completely like, "Oh my god, it's him."
It's a damn shame that he passed away because after he stopped wrestling, he looked like a million times healthier.
Yeah, no, and Dave gave me the autograph because I wasn't able to go. I ended up getting stranded in Northern California and having to sleep at the Hells Angels clubhouse. It's a big, long story.
Apparently,
You know?
make it to White Castle.
But
Did you meet Neil Patrick Harrison? Did he leave love stains in the backseat of your car?
no. Yeah,
Brand you?
big long story.
I'm pretty sure.
Check it out. I will tell part of the story. So me and a chick that I grew up with, Kimberly, we were in the back of the truck, right? And we ran out of gas. And my mom's boyfriend at the time was a Hell's Angel. And he gets a hold of a trucker. And their bright idea is we ran out of gas on the 5. Let's push the truck with the semi truck. That's the grand idea. It worked.
Fucking Mensa candidate right there.
That was the scariest shit I ever seen. I'm in the back of the truck watching the grill and the semi just come up and push. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Well. Holy shit.
Yeah, I think I saw this YouTube video. Dave said that's perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna die. This is not gonna end well.
Right then, Dodge. I'm going to head out, buddy. Dodge, it's been so long, man. It's nice to be back on the Redeye.
Nice to you.
Jez, you need to come around more often, buddy. And
I do indeed. It's been so long. I do. I miss all this shit, dude. I miss you guys. And on that note, I will see you all later. Bye for now.
Hey guys, what's going on?
I appreciate you. That was nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. You can complain to Terry Bollea. Oh, excuse me, Vince McMahon. Ha! Vince screwed you! I'm sorry, that was me.
Oh, okay.
That's all I know about it.
No, you fucked up, Jesse. You picked up a guitar. All right, challenge. Yeah, challenge. With Guitar Lays Bleeding in My Hand by Bon Jovi.
I don't know any Bon Jovi. I know a lot of Guns N' Roses.
Oh, okay. You know Guns N' Roses. Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Would you like to hear a song?
Yeah, it's so easy. It's so easy.
It's so easy, I don't know, but I know Welcome to the Jungle, Night Train, Mr. Brownstone, and I don't know.
Mr. Brownstone. We'll go with Mr. Brownstone.
Well, in the beginning, you cover the whole guitar, so you do the, but that's just like. I fucked it up. I don't play as much as I used to.
Oh, that was dope, dude.
Dope,
Good
dude.
job. Yeah. I was enjoying that. And fuck you, Jazz. He's like, I just
This is the Coca-Cola song.
I thought that was a song from American Pie.
No, that's just a D chord.
Oh.
Coca-Cola is cheap.
It sounds like the end of American Pie. The point when, what's his name, Pie Boy's on there with Nadia and stuff.
I
I don't remember any audio from
more and more.
What was it?
Yeah.
Don't.
And go see if I can do this without fucking up. I just picked this up.
Yeah, a whole bunch of words I don't know right now. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah. I always fuck up halfway through because I don't play it.
No, it was funny. I looked over at my buddy Dave. I'm like, I know this tune. He's like, Johnny Be Good. I'm like, oh, fuck, I know this tune. Yeah.
Oh, it's a legendary riff, man.
Maybe y'all ain't ready for that yet.
I'm not gonna get you like in trouble for playing the songs, am I?
Oh no, I already got him a copyright claim.
I need to change these strings though. I've had these on here a long time. Slightly.
I don't know how to music. I know there's like quarter notes, half notes, whole notes.
Yeah,
like milk.
that's beats per measure. Like if you see a piece of music and it says 4/4, right? That means 4 beats in that measure or bar every time there's a line. So usually you'll see 4 bars of music and then the next one under it. But if it was 3/4, there would just be 3 notes instead of 4, those dots. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God, Jesse.
What?
Dude, you're talking my language. Because I write a little bit of rap and freestyle, right? Just for fun. And like I use the 3/4 beat usually. So
Yeah,
boom, 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 boom. And
yeah, and like when you have one of those quarter notes, you usually break it down into 16th notes. You could have 32nd and 64th notes as well, but you usually don't do that. You usually just put them in more bars and up the tempo. You know what I mean?
It still sounds like the Dewey Decimal System to me.
Yeah, it's just division. So like in 3/4 time, you basically get 12. In 4/4 time, you get 16. Because instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and
yes.
1
Oh my
and a 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 20
Hey,
and a
will
3
you
and
stop
a 3
flashing
and
me
a
back
4
to
and a
fire class? Just stop. No, seriously. And I found out I can breathe with the tempo better with a 3/4 beat. So when I'm flowing, I can do that. I can handle that more reasonably than something that's quicker. I'm not a Tech 9 pace. I can't do it. I know my own limitations.
Something I like to play like classical music too, like.
I like that. What is it?
Ode to Joy.
Oh, okay. I've heard it before. I don't listen to classical shit.
And
What would you consider a pirate beat? Give me a drudge. Give me a drudge.
I don't know any. I don't know any of those kind of songs. I really don't.
Oh,
that's what you need
and you can't play me a drudge. We have a problem here, sir.
Yeah, because it's a totally unique style of music. It's something I have to like.
Why is the rum always gone?
I don't know, because Johnny Depp is a drunk. And he's a pussy. Let's see if I can do that better.
Oh, hey, you know any George Thorogood? One bourbon, one beer.
You know what?
That's
that
song
has
that's
a
a
weird fucking rhythm to it. You ever sing along with that song?
Yeah, I've done it karaoke, dude.
Yeah, it's not easy to do karaoke because he comes in on weird beats and that shit.
I know, but if you're drunk enough and you're drinking bourbon, scotch, it works.
You like Motley Crue?
Oh yeah, I like Motley Crue. Yeah,
I like Motley Crue too. They're pretty fucking cool. I can play.
Yeah, exactly. My buddy Dave, who doesn't like Motley Crue? I mean, come on. I gotta look at you a little bit different if you don't like Motley Crue.
Well, Playboy bitches wouldn't like Motley Crue.
My microphone cable keeps getting caught on this shit.
It's kind of like me. I'm a Skinner fan. So if you like Neil Young, I look at you a little bit different. You know what I mean? I fuck you.
Oh, I wish this was longer. That's what she said. There we go. That's pretty much most of that. If I do this, hold on. There you go. But that's on drop D, so I don't really like to do that too much.
Oh my God. Brian the Observer says, I hate Sweet Home Alabama. What is wrong with you, sir?
The movie sucked.
No, I want you to come and represent yourself in the court of Mad Dodge. You are inquired upon to stand in charges of bad taste in music. That is your charge. How would you defend yourself?
He's gonna bounce.
Yeah, he's gonna run. He's skipping bail. He's out. Oh shit. All right, we're winding down anyway. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. Jesse, you got anything going on tonight? You gonna be streaming any video games or anything? What's up?
Not really. I don't know. I'm going to High Strangeness at 11-ish. And after that, I might even do a stream because I'll be up. I'll drop the link in the thing. Everybody will see it.
Hey, you added me on PlayStation. Do we have any of the same games other than Jason that we can actually play together, or is it just Jason? Oh, there's Brian. He's coming to the court. Okay.
I will defend myself real quickly.
Hey, Brian.
Hey guys.
Hey, Brian.
Oh, please don't. Please no. The reason why I hate it so much is because it's overplayed, played everywhere at weddings, at bar mitzvahs, at celebration, every place where I did sound on all the radio stations. I get tired of it. It is the most redundant song I've ever heard. In fact, it's so redundant that song that Kid Rock did. He didn't sample that. He sampled "Werewolves of Blunder," and it's the same. I mean, it's a different key, but it's the same chord, same exact chord progression, except for that was done in piano.
Hey, Brian, want to see something cool? You know, Jack and Diane?
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Now, Crazy Train. Same song.
Right.
Same exact chords.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them have the same exact chord progression, but it's just that twang. I hate it. That dun, dun, dun. I really hate it. And the funny thing is that Leonard Skinner, they're from Florida, yet they're singing about Alabama, which sucks as a state.
Now, Brian, don't hold back. Tell us how you really
Sweet Home Florida doesn't sound right.
Anyways, I believe I defended myself, so
They could say Sweet Home Carolina. No.
Oh no, it's just that melody is just drives me nuts. Even a parody of it like turns my stomach. But anything else by Skinner?
Okay, Brian.
Yes, sir.
On the charges of being a horrible taste in music.
What?
I've got an angle.
Yet you voted for Gary Johnson and called yourself a libertarian.
How dare you slander the good name of Leonard Skinner?
I didn't. I just said that song sucked.
Okay. How do you feel about Neil Young?
He's all right.
Yep, guilty as charged.
I mean, he's all right. I mean, I don't care.
We're
I don't
done.
care for him. But I mean, like, hey, even Led Zeppelin, they get tired of playing "Stairway to Heaven."
Well, wouldn't you? You're like 85. You would play that shit for 60 years.
I mean, Neil Young's not my go-to. I mean, I'm not gonna change the channel if it's on.
I will. A Southern man don't need him around anyhow.
Okay, fine. I mean, I could take him or leave him. Is what
it's weird. Creedence sounds like a Southern band, but they were from fucking California.
What, CCR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like CCR though. They have some good tunes. They really do.
Anyways, Dodge, know that I did not hide. I didn't run. I came on here and defended myself.
I know, Brian. Dude, we're cool. Come on now.
I know. All right, I'll see you guys later.
Have a good night, buddy. Hey,
good night.
Try and stay sane in this lockdown. All right.
Oh, I've been trying. I've been doing my best. I'm kind of in the middle between intro and extrovert, so I swing both ways on that regard. but not other ways.
You're biverted.
Later, gentlemen.
Yeah, later, man. But all right, guys. We're gonna wrap her up. Hey, Jesse, man. Tell them about your channel real quick so they can go over there, get you some more subscribers, hopefully.
My channel is Jesse Miller at the Crow's Nest. It's a little black icon that looks kind of like this. There you go. I play video games and I do panel discussions, especially since we're all in coronation until the apocalypse.
Probably. Yeah, no, and he likes to play Friday the 13th a lot, and it's actually pretty entertaining to watch him get killed by Jason. It's great. And even when he's Jason, I don't know if I've seen you kill anybody yet.
Wait, he usually get them all.
Yeah, he does usually kill them all. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that he does.
You have to run a pattern, you see, because on that game, there's only a certain amount of ways for the counselors to get out. So when you're Jason, the first thing you do is you turn around, you pick up the 2 throwing knives off the wall in the cabin. You go to the entrance of the cabin, you drop a trap at the entrance of the cabin to try to prevent somebody from getting the sweater. Before you even finish the animation, you could check your map to see where the phone box is. Then you go there, you put a trap on the phone box. Then you're going to look to see if there's anybody in your immediate vicinity to kill. If not, you're going to have to go towards another area that's a bigger patch of cabins because people are numb. But then you basically eliminated 2 ways for yourself to lose. So that means they're going to focus on the car. So all you have to do is watch for all the people running to go complete objectives or not. And always break windows.
Yeah, but then you get idiots like me who just swim out into the lake and go to that little island in the middle and just sit there. And you never find me.
That works sometimes. Like there's this guy, I think his name was Eric something, but he was one of the biggest crowdfunders on that game, so they put him into the game. And I set him up, because he had a high stealth, so I set him up with the heavy sleeper perk for sleeping in a tent, and some other shit to try to get rid of the sense things on Jason. And I tested out a couple of times. 2 out of 3 times you just get killed if you get in the sleeping bag. So...
But you're gonna be on Pete's channel, Creepy Little Book, tonight, right? And I see Tina in the chat. Hi, Tina. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you back. I haven't seen you for a while. But yeah, Jesse, you're gonna be over on Pete's channel tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
What are you guys talking about? Do you know?
I don't even know yet. About to find out.
Okay, well, Brian's right. They play the shit out of it here in Florida. Like, why would they play Sweet Home Alabama in Florida all the time? Like, it's not Alabama. That's like playing Louisiana Saturday night in South Carolina every night. What the fuck are you doing? Like, there's no point. But anyway, good night, good luck. Thank you very much for coming out. I appreciate it. This has been Mad Dodge Productions, the Redeye stream. I will see you tomorrow with the World War I stream. And we're going back into Nerd Kingdom and talking about history. We're out of here.